Hey folks, GeoHard3 here, wandering in the woods, playing in the dirt. But today, this is not going to be that type of video, but actually to pay respects and part of the tribute to those who have served this country. Uh, at the General Doyle uh, Military Cemetery, military cemetery at Fort Dix, New Jersey, and couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. Uh, Nice, cool breeze blowing. The sun is out. It's supposed to get up to 90 degrees today, but just the breeze blowing enough to keep the flags waving. That's what I call a salute to those that have served. And some gave all in the line of duty and fighting for our Constitution and country. And for those who didn't have the ability to fight and defend themselves. So here it is, and also those that made it back to tell the story and, maybe pass the time away gracefully. And for some of those misfortunates who suffered some of the injuries and the horrors of war, succumb to those injuries later on, be it physical or mental. And, mental health is very important also. The amount of vets that we lose on a daily basis to suicide is horrendous. And a lot of times we have these warriors that feel that they're too strong to share what they're thinking and feeling with other people, or that they've just withdrawn so far inside their own shell that they uh, don't know how to express or are unable to express what it is that they're going through. Because you hear the story about a lot of veterans that come home and they never talk about it. But, most of the times I hear stories like that, those are the guys that lived for quite a while, and maybe within the last hours of their life, not hours as TikTok hours, but, and I don't like to use the term TikTok, I hate TikTok. The last grains of sand falling through the hourglass, not to say that they're on the deathbed or anything, but, the last minutes, in the scale of life itself, that they open up and tell the stories of their experiences. Mr. Jimmy Beasley, um, he and I coming back from the Veterans Hospital in Vineland, New Jersey, he opened up and told me some of his exploits overseas when he fought during World War II, when he was in the campaign. And it was just amazing to hear the story that he had shared with me during the drive. And I tell you, I thought I was going to have an accident because the vivid details, and I've got that kind of mind because I grew up listening to radio, theater, and stuff like that. And, but him telling the story and my mind able to compose a detailed image with color, sight, sound, smells, everything. I'm driving along and he's telling me this story, and it was almost like me trying to watch TV and drive at the same time. And it had me cracking up. But unfortunately, with the happy news that he had gotten from the veterans facility, that they were going to do his cataracts and restore his eyesight, that he was just elated about the whole thing. And sure enough, it's something I call a light bulb. And you go into a room and you you flip the light switch on, and the light just gets bright, like somebody took a picture, a flash picture, and the bulb just burns out like that. And that's the way I see people sometimes, working in the EMS field and being there close to a person by their bedside or whatever during the time that they're looking at their last seconds, that they're just so brilliant. They could be full of life, and and share things with you that you'd never believe would come out of that person's mouth, or some of the things that they've experienced that you'd never believe that they've experienced those things. And that's what I call a light bulb. They just get so brilliant, when they share these stories. And just as that flashes, the light is gone, it's extinguished. And it's sort of a bittersweet thing, to see something like that happen. Uh, it's to be a part of that history, or being uh, 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 given some of the insight of those exploits, and then all of a sudden the person is gone. So it's a bit of a bittersweet thing. Uh, I'm not much of a blogger, but you know, I'm not a blogger at all. But just some things you get so passionate about, and well, me, I get so passionate about some things, and I start to ramble. But most of the time, I'm a recluse. There's just too much scheißen going on in the world, and I'd rather not be a part of the drama. So, but this, moment in this day like this, it just makes me feel bittersweet. I think the best way to describe it. It's a bittersweet thing. And just get the flags. This is not my moment, but this is their moment. Uh, it's just a bittersweet thing that I can't shut up. I get to rambling, and I find myself apologizing a lot. That I apologize for rambling on. Because, again, some things just strike that chord with you, and can't hold it in. That could be for the good and for the bad, because I got a friend, Clifford, that just don't know when to be quiet. And very informative. Uh, his Islamic name is Masood, and from what I understand, that's sharer of knowledge, or a seeker of knowledge, or something to that effect in Aramaic. And the guy goes on and on. Uh, and sometimes, you could pick the diamonds from out of the coal mine. A lot of time it's coal, but every now and then you find a little diamond. And sometimes it's good when you get a person that rambles on, and very versed in topicality. Some trash are trimmed along the grave marker. That yeah, you can pick up some pretty interesting things every now and then. So people that can just hush up, listen, and you may have to cipher through some things. Some things might be just as real and prominent in that conversation or topic or whatever, but some just close your mind, close your mouth, close your eyes. Well, maybe not close your mind, but shut up and listen, and you can pick up something. It's important. We can learn from each other. And right now, I again, with things going on in the world, uh, it's a sad lesson being learned. And how do you deal with the person that believes they're so right in their eyesight, their mind sight, or whatever? For me, I'd rather not get into the confrontation, but people just get caught up in the moment and don't know when to let go. Again, I'm a recluse. I like quiet, other than my loud music and stuff like that. But it's my refuge, that I can sit and be quiet, and hear myself, or enjoy the moment. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this video short. Again, it's not about me. Today is a day for me, but a day for those in memoriam. Um, Thank you, folks. Thank you ever so much. Um, it's a lot, and this is just one small place. Just think about all the national cemeteries, veterans cemeteries, whatever, across the world. But saying that much, if you see a vet, uh, thank him or her. Uh, be humble, thankful. Um, some of the freedoms that we have, some of the things that we do might not be uh, considered as a social standard or within laws or whatever. But you know what? These guys have fought and killed guys and gals, um, or maybe not even fought. Somebody could have had a job in supply or motor transportation or a dentist, etc. Never seen combat, never aimed a weapon in anger or aggression or anything to anyone. And but they still were a wheel in the cog. And be thankful, be very thankful, and not just for that, and also for everyday people, the wives of veterans, the children of veterans, and these are the people that gave them that little extra push to keep going when they had to come home and wrestle with their ghosts of things in the past. So there's another group of people that you should be thankful for, those that were in support of our veterans. I've had people walk up to me, oh, I wasn't in the service, but my husband was, or my son is, or whatever. And you know what? And I thank that mom and dad or whoever it was, because they helped to uh, give this young person a start into a new life, into a career, and to do something truly heroic. Whatever the percentage is of people that do decide to take the oath and swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. Not to go too deep into that topic, but there's the parents that pushed them, and also I'm gonna have to say some of the judges and lawyers that said, you go to jail or you go into the Marines. I had to throw that jab in there because that is so funny sometimes. And I've met some really outstanding people and heard the stories about folks that were given that option, go to jail or go to military or go into jail. And they turned out to be some really decent people that I've met, and I'm proud to have made their acquaintance or have served alongside them. Well, anyway, Mr. Jim Artemis, my humble thanks to you, sir. Mr. Artemis is a Vietnam vet. Hopefully, he'll get a chance to watch this video, and he's going to say, "Oh yeah, just ramble. This guy just talk. You ought to be a DJ or whatever he said I should be." But anyway, uh, thank you, Mr. Artemis. My brother Eric Harper. Thank you, E. And Kim Harper, the wife. Thank you, Miss Harper. Uh, I got three nephews, two active duty Navy, are doing an outstanding job and considering a lifetime career out of it. And I'm very proud of Eric and James Harper. Thank you, Eric and James. Isaiah, another one. He's the brightest of the brightest of the brightest that I've known as a young man. Amazing talent, intelligent, courteous, and from what I hear, he makes a mean grilled salmon. So Isaiah's considering, and what he decides to do, I definitely will be in full support of him because I know whatever endeavor he takes on, he's going to shine. Thank you, Isaiah, and I hope all goes well to my friends and family, and to all those around the world. Pray for peace, chant for peace, send peaceful vibes, do your ohms or Nam Myoho Renge Ko or whatever it is. Send something into the world, because we, have been sending out an SOS to the world for a long time. I love the group Police as message in the bottle. But anyway, yeah, we uh, keep it real. There's some messed up. I can't. I want to use some colorful verbiage, but there's some really messed up stuff in the world, and I keep saying the genie is out of the bottle, and the way it's going is no returning it. And not only that, but just wondering, okay, things are screwed up right now. How can it possibly get worse? And it does. So you look at the last disaster and say, well, damn, that wasn't that bad compared to what we're dealing with now. But it's always something that comes down the road. So get your galoshes and your shovel and get ready for a mountain of shit to come down. See, I said it. Shit, 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 shit. My favorite word, shit. Anyway, GEOR3 here. Playing in the woods, wandering in the woods, messing in the mud. But humble Memorial's Day. Pray for peace. Warriors. I can't remember the phrase. I know I said I was going to end this video, but there's a phrase from General Patton that nobody wants peace more than the warrior, because he's seen the atrocities of war. And I haven't seen. I've seen some messed up stuff, but I've known some guys that have been there with boots on the ground and boots and guts and everything else. So I know these guys don't want war. They might dress up in their battle rattle and everything and say, yeah, I'm like, but that's not a warrior. That's somebody with, I don't know, some kind of issues. I know there's probably a word for it, but anyway. But yeah, a real warrior prays for peace. We know what the cost of war is, and unfortunately, that cost lies on the back of the grunts, the guys out in the field, and to get into it, I have a good friend, Hector Torres, my best bud. I have quite frequent conversations with him, with chats or whatever, when we talk about social, economical, and political things. And one of the things he said, these big corporations are making money out of our death and illness and injuries and everything, and they go to a country and take the oil or whatever those resources are that they should be responsible. But here it is, they don't even pay taxes on shit. Anyway, let me end it. Wander in the woods, playing in the mud. Be well, guys.